Hey there, welcome back to another video. Today I have the 2023 Hyundai Tucson Limited, and I'm excited to have the Limited hands-on because I have not had too much time with the Limited trim here in the Tucson due to the inventory shortages. So once again, I'm excited to show you guys what the Tucson has to offer in its fully loaded trim. So believe it or not, this is actually the second model year for this generation Tucson, as the 2022 model year was an extremely long production run. I think it started sometime in very early spring of 2021 when they actually started hitting dealer lots. So the 2022 model year was very long, but finally we are moving on to the next model year. So there's bound to be some changes, right? Well, actually there's not any changes here for the 2023 Limited trim. However, other trims of the Tucson do have some changes. So if you're curious about what changed for the 23 model year, check out the video I have going over that in detail. I'll go ahead and throw a card up in the corner so you guys can check that video out. Now, when it comes to pricing, the Tucson Limited went up $410 for the 23 model year, which to me is very moderate and modest overall considering the supply chain issues, inflation, everything like that. So I think $410 is really reasonable for a model year increase. So with all that information in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the Tucson Limited and see what it has to offer for under $39,000. So the Tucson Limited in front of us is finished in Calypso Red with the black leather interior. Now I do want to mention something when it comes to pricing, in that Calypso Red is a $400 paint option. So with this in mind, along with the other accessories on this particular vehicle, it does creep over that $39,000 price point, but it is still under $40,000 including all those factors. But once again, Calypso Red has a small amount of metallic flake. It's definitely a finer material in the paint, but it still looks very good, especially in the sunlight here. Now with the Limited and upper trims of the Tucson, you do get the darker chrome grille, which kind of blends the DRLs better into the grille so they don't stand out as much, but these are all daytime running lights here on the left and right side of the grille. The Limited, being fully loaded, has the surround vision system, so you have a front camera just below the emblem there. Front parking sensors, along with your LED projector headlights on either side, with little air curtains that help direct air around the wheel for better fuel efficiency and aerodynamics. Coming over to the wheels and tires, these are your 19-inch machine/gray accented wheels. They are 235/55 Michelin Primacy ASs, so they are a very solid tire in my opinion. Nice quality all season. Do have some black trim around the lower body portion like every SUV these days. You have some satin chrome trim around the windows and the mirrors with the LED turn signals indicators on the outside. They are body color. And here's your camera for that blind view monitor, as well as the 360-degree camera system. Blind spot detection. Hyundai Digital Key 1 on these vehicles, so it's only compatible with Android phones at the moment. You have more of that satin chrome that runs to the back of the vehicle above the window line. Overall gives it a nice aggressive stance. LED taillights with a bar that spans across the tailgate to connect either side. The windshield wiper is hidden up in the spoiler on this generation Tucson, which a lot of people seem to like. Frees up this, makes it a little more clean. You do have the Hyundai emblem still very prominent on the back glass behind a little plexiglass style trim here. Definitely gives it a unique look. Some people might not like it and some people might love it. Your turn signals as well as your reverse lights are down here low on the bumper, and this is to me kind of a safety issue at this point given how low they are on the vehicle. But it meets regulations, so that's why they're there. Rear parking sensors, along with your rear camera. H-Track badge, because this one is all-wheel drive. You do have very aggressive body lines similar to the new Elantra. Kind of all meets in a point on that rear door. Definitely gives it a unique look for sure. And I think a lot of people have come to like the exterior styling on this generation Tucson, but it is very bold at that. So taking a look on the interior. Once again, this has the black leather interior. So starting out here on the door, you do have soft touch materials up here on top. You have some gloss black accenting that runs into your memory driver's seat. It is two-person memory. Some more gloss black trim around the door handle pole. Very nice leather stitch, soft touch padding, and some cloth material on the back side of the door. You do have quite a bit of storage space in the lower door panel, along with your Bose premium audio system. Power windows, mirrors, locks. Power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar. You do have some gray accent piping along with the satin trim up there on the top of the seat. Go ahead and start it up. So as you can see, you're immediately greeted to the 10.25-inch fully digital gauge cluster. This is the same one found in many different Hyundai models at this point. But you can see it's integrated a little bit differently in comparison to some of the other models. Some have it just kind of slapped up there like the Elantra. Other ones have a full hood that kind of mimics a traditional gauge cluster. This one's kind of in between where it's inset in the dash, but overall it's kind of just stuck there like a tablet. Fully leather wrapped steering wheel in the Limited with paddle shifters on the back. Here you can see your audio and Bluetooth controls and your mode button here that is programmable in the infotainment system on the left. On the right, you have your controls for that digital gauge cluster, so you can cycle through some of the menu options there, as well as your driver assistance tech, including Highway Driving Assist 1. Fully automatic headlights with auto high beam assist. You do have rain sensing wipers as well. There's your gauge illumination dimming control, your power liftgate, as well as your traction control off button. And moving over to your infotainment system, you can see it is immediately surrounded by a ton of gloss black plastic that continues on around your cup holders and your gear shift selection. Now, a lot of people are not a fan, but a lot of people do like this aesthetic. Personally, I think this is just a fingerprint magnet, kind of gets scratched up and dirty over time. So personally, I would not choose this, but a lot of people do like this look, so I'm sure that's why Hyundai went with it. You do have your hazard buttons up top, 2 vents. Then you have your 10.25-inch infotainment system with built-in navigation. And all the controls just below the screen are touch-sensitive buttons, so to me, this is not my preference. But overall, the infotainment system is the same one found in many other Hyundai models. It's very easy to use. It's only wired Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto, so keep that in mind. You do have your 2 driver profiles that you can set up and tie to the memory seating buttons on the door. You can access some of your climate settings. Overall, it's a very intuitive system, and if you want to check out the full usage of this system, I have a separate video going over everything you can do with this infotainment system, so make sure to check that one out if you're interested. But like I said, you have all your touch-sensitive buttons, including the dual-zone automatic climate control up front. Heated and ventilated seats in the first row with the heated steering wheel button. You have your hill descent control because this one is all-wheel drive. Your parking sensor on-off button, as well as your parking camera button. So you can go ahead and access that 360-degree field of view. Choose the different angles that you want to see. You cannot augment reality this like the new Palisade, but it's still a very useful and high-resolution camera system. Your wireless charging pad is here at an angle in front of those buttons. You have a USB-A port for charging, a USB-A data port, as well as a 12-volt outlet down there. Push-button gear selection like the Palisade and Santa Fe with your center differential lock, which will distribute power 50-50 front and rear. You have your stop-start button as well as your drive mode selection. So you have Snow, Smart, Sport, and Normal, and those kind of change the cluster and how they look in terms of appearance. So that is pretty cool. Electronic parking brake with your auto hold function. And here's your proximity key. This does have remote smart parking assist with remote start on the key fob itself. But this is the same key fob that Hyundai has been using in a lot of their different models. Nice padded armrest here with some faux stitching. Inside there is nothing but a deep cubby, but overall very useful space indeed. You do have the light colored headliner with some illumination and mirrors. Auto dimming rear view mirror with garage home link on the bottom. Blue Link SOS. Some LED interior illumination, and of course your full panoramic sunroof. That extends all the way back to the rear seats. Overall, nice to see a full sunroof here in the Tucson. Let's go ahead and check out the back seat. So here in the back of the Tucson, most of the materials are going to follow through. Now you do have hard touch plastics on the top of the door panel, but the rest of the door panel is going to have the same materials as the front, including that accent gloss black around the door handle pole, padded armrest. You do have 2-stage heated rear seats for the 2 outboard seating positions. So that's very nice. The rear seats do recline via this lever here for the seat backs. 2 map nets on the backs of the front seats. AC vents, as well as 2 USB charging ports. Armrest with 2 cup holders. But overall, you can see your panoramic sunroof does extend pretty much to the back seats. And if you're curious how much the rear seats recline, there's an idea. It's a good amount, as all of the Hyundai SUVs with the reclining rear seats definitely recline quite a bit. So that is a nice comfort feature for backseat passengers. It does have the power liftgate that has the programmable height function as well. There's some of your accessories in the back of this particular Tucson. Since this does have the premium audio, it has the subwoofer built in. Here's your releases for folding the seats down. Your cargo shade, which is an optional accessory. Light with 12-volt outlet on the left side. There's your temporary spare tire with a little bit of additional storage on either side. This does appear to be a dual level floor, so you can slide the floor down just an inch or two, get a little more height. So we'll go ahead and finish it up here on the passenger front. The seat is power minus the power lumbar, but it's full power adjustment otherwise. Yeah, you do have quite a bit of storage space here in the center console. Glove box is damped and does include an LED light. But yeah, overall the Tucson is going to be the same as the 2022 model year. Let's go ahead and take a look under the hood, see how much power you get, and wrap up this video. Now, under the hood of all gas Tucsons, you'll find the same 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. You can see it is gasoline direct injected. Now, this puts out 187 horsepower and 178 foot-pounds of torque through a traditional 8-speed automatic transmission, and this comes in either front or all-wheel drive depending on the spec of your Tucson. So if you found this video helpful or just enjoyed watching it, make sure to hit that like button below. It definitely helps out these videos and the channel. And if you guys are new and not subscribed, make sure to smash that subscribe button and check out some of their content available. We're nearly at that 1,000 subscriber mark, which is a huge milestone, so I appreciate everybody watching. But make sure to subscribe if you aren't already. Now, if you currently own this generation Tucson or in the market for one, let me know your thoughts about it down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what your ownership experience has been like, or just what you think of the Tucson in general. But overall, I think the Tucson is still very popular and offers a good value in this segment of vehicle. So if you're interested in Tucson, I think it's definitely a solid choice. But my only small complaint is the touchscreen controls here on the infotainment system and all the gloss black. I'm definitely not a fan of that. Some of the lower trims of the Tucson with the 8-inch screen have a couple more physical controls. So once again, with all this being said, let me know your thoughts on the Tucson down in the comment section below. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one.